Welcome to the Survivor Fans Podcast. I'm Joanne.
And I'm Stacy. We're here with Figgy from Survivor Millennials versus Gen X.
Hi.
Hi, Figgy. Thanks for speaking with us today.
Of course.
How were you chosen to be on Survivor?
I applied via video last fall, and someone saw it and liked what they saw. But I've been a fan of the show, and I've said since I think I posted a photo on my Instagram from like 2012. I tweeted, I was like, Jeff Probst, look out for Figgy when she auditions. And I finally was like, why the hell haven't I done it yet? And I finally did it. I had the camera, had everything finally, and applied, and they saw it, and they liked me, and here I am talking to you.
What did you do to prepare once you found out you were going to be on?
Oh, there's two of you.
Yes.
I was like, what? I'm like, what happened to your voice, girlfriend? Like, all right, someone hit puberty. No, but I continued working out. You know, I kept eating healthy. There's nothing really you can truly do to prep you for something like that, and I genuinely know that. I would throw rocks at a tree to try to get like my aim down if there was a challenge. So small things like that, work on puzzles more. There's never enough. There's always twists in this game. We're on season 33. Nothing's going to be the same as 32 or 31 or 30 for that matter. So you have to expect different things coming into the game, and no matter what you do, you can never prep enough for it.
So how were your camps different, and did you have more food at Takali than you did at Vanua?
Yeah, so at Vanua, that place was a hole. We ran out of coconuts at some point, and it was just awful. We ran out of coconuts. I ate a rotten coconut one time. I was so desperate. We didn't have the fishing gear. We ran out of chickens. One of our chickens escaped. It was just a nightmare over there. And then when I went to Takali, I kept praying and praying and praying to go on Takali. And Lord behold, I pulled the purple buff. Thank you, Jesus. I got the fishing gear. They had won the vegetables and all the meat. They obviously had all the meat, but we had vegetables over there. They had so many coconuts. And again, the fishing gear was so important to me to have. So that was super exciting. So to go from Vanua to Takali I was just reborn. I felt like I was getting fed more food. We had a smaller tribe, so food was going around better, and it was just a better situation once the tribe swaps happened.
Did you go out and fish too?
Yes. Yeah, that's the one thing I was so mad that didn't get played. I went out and I spearfished, and I caught 2 fish, and I gutted them, I killed them, I ate their eyes. It was fantastic. And I was still upset that I didn't get played, but everybody on my tribe knows, so.
You were called out for being so excited that Michelle didn't get voted off, and that Zeke felt that it confirmed he was on the bottom of the Millennials. Did that make you afraid you'd put a target on Michelle if they went to Tribal Council?
Yeah, but, you know, the thing is you want the target off your back. So the fact that I put a target on someone else's back, if I would have made it to merge, that could have been helpful if Michelle even makes it. You know what I mean? So the thing is, it's like, after I said that, I was like, oh, crap, like, there's Zeke there too. I was like, well, I like Zeke too, but, and then I was like, oh, crap. So I regretted what I said at first, but then I was like, hold up, wait a minute, like, this is actually not that bad of a thing, because now the target's possibly going to be on Michelle's back, because I'm kind of like the people view me as the girl in the relationship who's not really strategizing, but I'm actually thinking up here. So I think that, you know, I regretted it, but then again I did it.
What went wrong solving that puzzle at the reward challenge with the picture of the bat?
Man, so we don't get to see the puzzles before, and I did not know what this thing was going to be, and I realized it was a bat and a moon, and I could not get these last 3 puzzle pieces on the left correct. I tried, and the thing is you got to remember, so we're in these 3 stands, and Vanua's on the far right, Ikabula in the middle, Takali on the left. Ikabula's in the middle. So once Michelle's done, all Jay has to do is look to the right. Oh, and there's a finished puzzle. So all he had to do was look over there. I could barely see over there because there was so much going on, and I just wanted to focus on our puzzle. But, you know, it ended up not working out. I couldn't get the 3 pieces flipped around the way they were supposed to, and it sucked because we ended up having a huge lead. But what can you do?
So tell us what it was like in the immunity challenge to balance on those little round pieces of wood in your bare feet.
Oh, yeah. So in the immunity challenge, so you could wear your shoes, but the thing is we had to balance on a little stub in the ground. So your best bet is to take your shoes off, because then it slims down your feet a little bit, and you can get better grip and grip it with your toes. It was awful because at the same time as I'm trying to balance, I'm trying to solve, get the ball at the end of this little arcade game and put it in the hole. And I I struggled a little bit. Jessica was kind of roughing it up with her balance a little bit. She kept falling off, but ultimately we ended up losing that one, and it sucked because I ended up going home because of it. But, yeah, balancing on that little step was pretty hard.
Did it upset you during the challenge when Michaela was helping Zeke and Michelle?
It definitely did, because no matter what she says, and I can't say this enough, so if it was about numbers, and that's what she said, well, Vanilla has 2 and you guys have 3 millennials. If you can't figure out the numbers, then you don't deserve to be here. That's not the issue. Because if that was the issue, Ikabula, who has 4 millennials and 2 Gen X, had the opportunity to throw 2 challenges to keep millennial numbers. So let's just make that clear. It's not about the numbers. It's about who we like in the game. You obviously don't like me. You fought with me in the first week of being together and up to day 14 when we swapped tribes, or 13, whatever day it was. And you didn't like Taylor, so you don't like either one of us. So obviously you don't care if we lose. So if you did, you would have thrown the challenge, which you didn't, and you didn't challenge before. So that's where I stand with that whole situation. It was very frustrating. I honestly probably wouldn't have listened to her if she would have even helped me, because I don't know if she would have been being honest or not. So it was rough to hear her helping them, but yeah, what can you do on that situation? That's all her call.
So would you have let Jeff marry you and Taylor if he'd agreed?
Yeah, I probably would have, honestly. Like, it would have been a Survivor first, and being a millennial, like, we're just super, like, laid back and chill. And I was just like, you know what? Like, it's a Survivor first. Let's make history. Let's do it. That's what was on my mind, making history. That is what life is all about, is doing epic things. Survivor is epic. Being the first people married on Survivor, that's even more crazier. So why not go above and beyond and just do something crazy? But at the end of the day, you know, it didn't happen for good reasons.
So are you and Taylor a couple outside the game?
We are not. The legend of Figtails has been put to rest, as I like to say. I found out some things, okay, so being on the island, it's like completely different from real life, and then we find out real life situations, and it just was not in our best interest to stay together, and yeah, so there's that.
So how do you think Taylor will get along in the game without you there?
What was that?
How do you think Taylor will fare in the game without you there for you guys to bounce things off of?
Yeah, well, I like to always kind of refer to myself as Boston Rob in the relationship, not in comparison to how strong of an alliance Boston Rob and Amber were back in the day as a couple, because me and Taylor, I'm the strategist, but Taylor has no brain. So Taylor did everything I said. So we weren't as strong as a power couple because of that. But I was Boston Rob. I would tell him what to do, and he was Amber and would do whatever I said. And the thing is that with that, now I'm gone, you have to think for yourself. You have to get your together, you have to man up, and you have to play this game by yourself on a tribe that nobody wants you on. So he needs to wake up and smell the roses and just start playing the game, because that's what we ultimately came there to do. He says he doesn't care about the money and all that. Well, maybe then he should have went home instead of me. The thing is he has to wake up and he has to get things moving.
Did you have any idea going into tribal council that Adam might vote for you instead of Ken?
I had a feeling. I had a big hunch that it was going to be me. It started raining and I already felt it. And that rain just kind of like signified it for me almost. It was like God telling me, like, you're going to go home, but you did a good job. And I tried to get Adam to stay with us as much as I could. And it was just like it was such a battle. But I felt it. I was 30% comfortable, 70% not comfortable, if that shows you anything. So I was ready to go, because not ready to go, but I knew it was coming.
Had you been working well prior to that to try to win Adam back after the big split that happened in episode 2?
Yeah. So once we lost, we came back to camp, and we thought the millennials were going to stick together. And I had this feeling that Adam was thinking otherwise, so I pulled Adam aside, and I was, like, trying to butter him up. I'm like, who do you want to vote for? Because it's in his power now. I can't tell him who to vote for, because then he's going to flip. So I was just like, who do you want to vote for? And we'll do it. And he said Ken, so we had to stick with Ken. I had to, ask him if he wants me to feed him grapes. Do you want a foot massage? Do you want a back massage? What do you want from me? Because Taylor's not doing anything in this game, and I'm here to play it. Because I'm there to play it, that's ultimately why Adam flipped on me versus Taylor, because Taylor's not there. He's not all the way there, like I said. So I tried to get Adam to stay with us, But ultimately, he just wanted to start a new chapter in his game, and I commend him for it.
Was there anything else interesting discussed at Tribal Council that we didn't get to see?
I had tried to pull a maneuver and lie and say I had an immunity idol just to see if people would flip the vote and vote out Taylor or somebody else, but it didn't work. I was trying to fight my ass off to stay in the game, and people didn't see that. So at the Tribal Council, anyways, but. I did try and, make things happen, and it just didn't work.
So did you have any injuries or infections while you were out there?
I did not, no. But when I did go spearfishing, I did have a lot of rocks and possible coral get in my flipper, and it cut my foot up really, really bad. So honestly, if I would have stayed in the game, that would have possibly led to infection because the wounds were just so awful. I had probably 6 open wounds on my right foot, and it was very bad. So it could have been a blessing from God to have, taken me out because I probably would have gotten an infection or something from it.
What did you see on TV that surprised or upset you the most?
I don't think anything really upset me. I don't hold any grudges towards anybody. I think one of the worst things I heard off of everything was Adam saying I suck at playing Survivor because I don't. I was in a alliance with somebody that I thought, was possibly going to be my husband one day. And, I thought that was my person, and it ended up not being. But that's why I was considered a player. And I don't know. It's I don't understand how I'm considered to be a sucky Survivor player compared to someone like Taylor. Not to bash him, but, it is what it is. And I think that was hard to hear, but I got over that real quick. It's just words, sticks and stones, you know what I mean? So, but nothing really shocked me. I love watching everybody find the idols, though. Even watching Adam find it, I loved watching those. So those are always fun to see.
What about when Michelle mentioned getting you out of the game after Mari left? Did that surprise you?
Yeah, that did surprise me because she's not, the Triforce was me, Taylor, and Jay. She was never a part of that. She was the extra, finger on the hand for somebody. She was the 6th finger on a toe, if you will. And she was just extra. So for her to think that she was calling the shots, she was actually more of the expendable one than I was. And, whether she knows that or not, that's what it is. What it is. Jay was my bro. Jay was my guy. It was a 90. It was an 85% trust. We knew down the road we'd probably have to vote each other out if we made it that far together. But that was my guy out there. So it's just interesting.
She did orchestrate saving you, though, right?
She did, but you got to think about it. There's 4 days of footage in an hour episode. That's not all that there is to it. So she did come. She did come in clutch for me. I don't think I owed her my life in the game. I honestly think I owed my relationship with Taylor my life in the game because I think that if I wouldn't have been with Taylor that first vote, it would have been Taylor would have been oh yeah, dude, let's get rid of Figgy. It's totally fine. Then we'll make everybody happy. So if Taylor and I wouldn't have been together, I think that Jay obviously was more okay, let's let her go. And then Michelle was no, we can't. So she re-talked sense into Jay. But even when, I don't know. I owe her partial of my life, but not in full. And it didn't surprise me that she said that because we all come out there to play $1 million, or to win $1 million. We're not out there to make friends. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So what's it been like for you watching with your family and friends?
It's been interesting. It's actually, I invited everybody over to watch the episode last night, and I just had everybody come over. Nobody knew what was going on, but it's been cool. It's been a wild ride, and I hope to play again in the future and have a second chance at the show to show people what I'm really made of. But it's been fun to watch with friends because people didn't expect me to be on Survivor for some reason. I'm really outdoorsy. You obviously don't know me as a person, but people have seen me grow on the show, and I've created a little fan base as well, and I love everybody, and I'm just super happy that I hope I made everybody proud.
What's next for you?
I'm waiting on Jeff to just call me back to play again, if I'm being honest. I want to redeem myself and have a second chance at the show and not play with play with a little bit of a heart on my sleeve. I just want to play with my heart in the game 100% this time around. So I'm looking forward to hopefully showing you all what I'm made of in the future.
And no showmance next time, right?
Yeah, let's keep that under wraps for sure.
Well, Figgy, thank you so much for sharing with us today, and good luck to you.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.